Okay guys, today we are going to look at yet another returning Pokemon into the Crown Tundra, and today we're going to be looking at Magmortar. Now this Pokemon is really cool. I was so excited when he got his evolution. I believe it was Generation 4, and it just made him so much better, and he really is a good Pokemon that you should consider using. So let's go ahead and jump right into his stats, and we are going to start looking with the defenses. Defense 67, special defense 95, speed 83, attack 95, special attack 125, and HP 75. So obviously his biggest and best here is going to be his special attack at that 125. It is a very good stat, and it is able to punish your opponents. That being said, his special defense is pretty good at 95. However, where he's really lacking is going to be his defense at 67, and his HP is not great at 75. So he is a little bit vulnerable to physical attacks. Definitely steer clear of his weaknesses here, and make sure that you're not pitting him against a heavy physical offense sweeper. So just be careful of that, guys. But other than that, he's got an okay speed that you can work with, and his special attack is definitely going to help you out. Okay, so looking at the abilities here, we have two different abilities, one being Vital Spirit, and this is going to be his hidden ability, and in this video, this is really the ability we're going to focus on. I'm a big fan of it, especially for this Pokemon here, and while the other ability, Flame Body, isn't bad, Vital Spirit is just more useful more often and comes into play just more frequently. Now, Flame Body is going to be his basic ability, and it's a pretty generic fire type ability, and what this is going to do is when a physical contact move hits the Magmortar, it will have a 30% chance of burning your opponent that's touching you. So you have that ability of getting the burnout, which is going to do a little bit of chip damage every turn, obviously reduce the physical attack stat of whatever that Pokemon is. However, it is only a chance that it's going to happen, whereas Vital Spirit is actually going to keep your Pokemon awake no matter what. So nothing is going to be able to put this Pokemon down. No hypnosis, no yawn, no anything is going to be able to make him go under, and you're going to be able to always be ready to do your offense and to fight back. So this is great, especially when you're fighting something like a Togekiss with yawn and so on and so forth. So I really like Vital Spirit. I'm a big fan of it. Flame Body's not bad, but I'm going with the Spirit. Alright, moving into the resistances, we are Mono Fire, which means we have 6 different resistances here, which is pretty dang good. So let's go ahead and look at them. We've got Bug, Steel, Fire, Grass, Ice, and Fairy. Now, I want to highlight Fairy here. That's the big one. Fairy's so predominant and so meta. This is an amazing resistance to have, cutting all of these down by half. So that is awesome. Also, you've got Fire. Flamethrowers are all over the place. Ice with the Tundra. So you've got a lot of resistances here that are pretty common at the current time. And this is great. So this is amazing. And when we go over to the weaknesses, he's only got 3. He only has 3 weaknesses, and none of them are going to be 4x. So he's got ground, rock, and water, and all of these are going to be 2x effective to him. So just keep that in mind. Definitely make sure you're not getting hit by a ground physical attack, or any physical attacks for that matter, but make sure you know your type matchups. Make sure you have something paired with you if you're doing doubles that's going to be able to counter these type matchups, and you'll be able to sit really pretty going forward. Unfortunately, we don't have any immunities for this Pokemon here, but he does have the 6 resistances and only the 3 weaknesses, which is a pretty good ratio. If you're finding this video helpful at all, or you're liking it, please drop a like and subscribe. Also, guys, feel free to come over and visit us at the Twitch channel anytime you'd like. We do a lot of battles, raids, and trades every day, mostly Pokemon content as well as on Pokemon Go. You'll find the links down below in the description. Other than that, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of this video. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into the first build here, and this is going to be a bit of a hybrid. It's going to have special attack, it's going to have defense, so 252 special attack, 252 defense, and 4 HP or into special defense, whatever you prefer here. Now, we are going to make this a little bit on the bulky side, so if we skip down to ability item in nature, you'll see we have Vital Spirit. That way we're not going to be put to sleep. Bold, boosting those defenses some more, and we are going to go with the Assault Vest here so that we really raise that special defense as well. So we're making him pretty chunky, and he's going to be able to definitely take damage. You'll see in the video down below that is the build that I'm using right now in these videos, and he's able to definitely take some punishment over a lot of different Pokemon hitting him. So he does very well with some bulk. Now, as far as moveset, we're going to be looking at Solar Beam, Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, and Scorching Sand. So we have a lot of coverage here for him. Solar Beam is going to be great if the sun comes out, whether you end up Dynamaxing this Pokemon using a Max Flare, setting the sun that way, or you pair it with something like a Torkoal or a Cantonian Ninetales. Whatever the situation is, you'll be able to have that coverage with water. And then also Flamethrower is just obviously going to be for your stab bonus. Thunderbolt is great because there's a lot of flyers that were introduced, like the Galarian birds in the Tundra, as well as a lot of water Pokemon that are going to maybe be attacking you, something like a Tapu Fini, for example. So this is great coverage for him to have. And Scorching Sands is just a fantastic tutor move. One, it has a higher burn chance on hit than Flamethrower does. Flamethrower is only 10%, where Scorching Sands is 30%. And you'll see in the second video when that starts to play, he gets off 2 different burns and 2 attacks. So it's a fantastic ability. Plus it gives you the ground typing coverage as well. So there's a lot of different things that he's got going on here, and it's going to really, really benefit you in the long run. But Bulk is great for this Pokemon. Okay, the next set we have here is going to be like straight Bulk for the most part. So HP 252, Defense 252, and we're going to do the same thing with the Assault Vest. And you can dump the rest of your EVs into Special Defense if you want. But same thing with the Assault Vest, so we're really making this a really, really chunky build. Now, me personally, I do like having the previous build where we still work on his special attack, so he's able to dish out a lot more damage. But this is kind of an interesting set here because it's almost like it's a bulky support set. So you can see we still have in coverage Solar Beam, but now we've got Lava Plume and Mystical Fire. Both of these are going to be a stab bonus for him, but Lava Plume is going to be able to hit more than one thing on the field. It's going to hit all your opposition, and it has a chance to burn. And Mystical Fire is great because if you have some special attackers that come out, you can debuff them with the Mystical Fire, lower their special attack down. This could be a cool set to use if you have an offensive spec Incineroar or an Incineroar Landorus duo with Intimidates. They're dropping the physicals down, he can drop the special attacks down, and you're really kind of neutering your opponent's team, so they're not able to do a whole lot, while your big offense guys are able to just kind of take it to them and get rid of them, get them off the field, and win the battle. So this is kind of a cool set. Not my personal favorite. I'm really partial to the first and the last set, but this does have some viability, and I think it is a cool set to look at. Okay, the final set that we've come up with here, this is going to be a little bit more straightforward, so we're still going to have a little bit of bulk in here with 224 EVs, and we are going to add the 252 into special attack, but we're also going to give him some speed here at 32. So basically, we rounded the defense out with his special defense, and we kind of took the remainder and put it into speed. That's basically what we did. But this is going to be able to boost him up as far as the speed category, so he is going to be able to outspeed some things in his same tier. Now this is good whether there's no tailwinds or both sides have tailwinds. It's still going to make you a little bit faster than some of your opposing Pokemon. Now with the moveset, this is the same as the first build. So Solar Beam, Fire Blast, Thunderbolt, Scorching Sands. I think this is a fantastic coverage set here, and I highly recommend it. It's done great for me so far. Maybe you want to move the Solar Beam out if you're not too keen on either Dynamaxing the Magmortar, or you don't have something else to set the sun either. Maybe you want to swap that out for something else, but it's a great skill that you could use. Now as far as ability item nature, we're still going with the Vital Spirit, but this time you maybe want to put on the Modest so you can really boost your attack out. And now we're going to go with a full attack here, and we're going to either do Choice Specs or Life Orb. I do kind of like the Choice Specs here because it's going to open up the Pokemon team for somebody else to be able to use the Life Orb, but it is optional for you to be able to use that Life Orb because he's a 125 special attack. It's not like he's really weak and not able to do anything. That 125 with the Life Orb is going to do a ton of damage, and it won't lock you into one specific attack. But the Choice Specs will lock you in, however, you'll do stupid high damage. So that is a possibility for you as well. Alright guys, let's go ahead and talk about weaknesses now. So he is going to be weak to 4 different typings here, and it is going to be Flying, Water, Ground, and Psychic. So none of these are going to be a 4x weaknesses, it's all 2x, so that's not terrible, and he does have more resistances than he does weaknesses. However, there are some big hits in here, so you want to make sure you're aware of the Flying, the Water, and the Ground, and even the Psychic. None of these are really rare typings in competitive, so just keep these in mind when you're building him and when you're playing against people and what's on their team and so on. But he does have the 6 resistances to kind of counter these weaknesses. All right, guys, that's it for Magmortar. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you. If you guys have any questions on the builds or what I've been doing, or if I've made any adjustments or anything, please leave them down in the comments. I will get back to you. Otherwise, thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it so much, guys, and I look forward to seeing you next time. But until then, take care.